Hey, guess what?
What?
This is an ad.
What? Ads are lame. Admit it, you're just doing this because you're greedy, right?
Right.
And also, I'm pretty sure you just do this because you're a shitty person and not because you actually think that the products you promote may help your viewers learn German.
Got me there. So, with that all cleared up, you know Lingoda, right? It's kind of a stupid question, really. Of course you know them. They've been kind enough to sponsor a few of my videos in the past, and I'm sure plenty of you have already heard of them by now, without my help too. So as you know, they're a language school based in Berlin, and today they have asked me to direct your attention towards a special program they're running. They're organizing what they are calling a language marathon. So, what is a language marathon? Just as a heads up, I won't keep mentioning that this is available in French, English, and German because I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're learning German if you're in Deutsch Für Euch. It's called a marathon because you will be taking a class every single day for 90 days starting in January. These classes will be done via Adobe Connect and should take you up one level from where you are right now. So if we don't get into measuring scales, it should take you from somewhere in beginner level to somewhere intermediate level, from intermediate to expert, or however you want to classify that. The point is, you would be making a big jump, obviously, because you would be putting a lot of time into it. To motivate you to do this further, they have done something very clever. They are so sure that you're not going to be able to pull this off, that they will give you back all of the money that you pay to take this course if you manage to fulfill the challenge. So just to make that clear again, you will get 90 professional language classes for free if you manage to stick with it every day for about 3 months. Now, with this sort of information out there, you're going to be asking me what's the catch. And I don't blame you, I would do the same thing. Basically, the catch is inherent in the program. Like I said, 90 days, that's a long time, especially to pull through and do a language class every day. Those of you who have been studying for a while know this. You will really need to dig deep for persistence here. But, and that's the thing, it's far from impossible either. Most people won't be able to do this. But that's the thing about learning a language and learning it fast. You need to keep at it every day. You need to motivate yourself every day and keep pushing, because otherwise, just can't do it. And they're making it a bit easier on you by allowing you basically to skip a day at a time. So for example, let's say your schedule just doesn't fit with doing a class every day, or maybe you want to take off the Sunday. Then you could take 2 classes on the next day after the one that you missed it on. But you can't stockpile them. So you would have to take the 2 classes on the next day or you're out. But you could, of course, also fall into a rhythm of doing 2 classes, 0 classes, 2 classes, 0 classes. Not sure that's smart, but you could do it. Now, if you're thinking this is a shame, I'm interested in this, but this is a bit too intense for me, you can also do the halfway program, so to say. So you would still have those 90 days as a time frame, but you will only be taking half of the classes and accordingly also pay half of the price. More on that in just a second. And you would also have to take 1 class within 2 days, so you would have a bit more flexibility. About the flexibility part though, they are offering multiple time slots a day for the class because of course you cannot be expected to arrange your schedule around a language class for 90 days straight. They know that. So now, I've been talking about cost and not cost if you pull through, but I haven't told you what it actually does cost yet. So let me do that now. For the full program, so the 1 class a day for 90 days rhythm, you would be paying 189 euros per month. Currently, of course, that is cut in half for the 45 classes version, so you would be paying 99 euros a month for that one. In both cases, this comes out to about 6 euros per class, which of course is not nothing, and you decide whether you think that's a lot or not, but overall, let's say that's pretty affordable for a language class. And this is actually lower than the average cost of a class with Lingoda of 8 euros. So if you've already been considering Lingoda or have been studying there already, then this is actually cheaper than what you used to. Of course, with 3 months, the full program then comes out to a total of 567 euros. That's a lot of money. Not a lot of people can afford that for language classes. So you might want to consider it additional motivation to actually stick with the thing. Because remember, if you actually fulfill the challenge, it doesn't matter what it would normally cost, because for you it will be free. And either way, you will of course come out of it having learned a lot, let's not forget about that. Now, while we're still on the topic of money, let me mention that there's also an entry fee. Normally, for everybody coming out of the void of the internet, that would and will be 5 euros. However, because you're hearing about it from me, you can use this special voucher code that us YouTubers have been giving to give to our audience, and you will reduce that to a meager 50 cents. You're welcome. Think about it. I went through a lot of trouble to get you that. No, I didn't. Now, if you're like me, you'll probably be sitting there right now thinking, yeah, sounds good, but I probably won't do it. Now I feel bad about myself. Because, I mean, you know, if you're just starting out with German, I get it. Maybe you're not sure you want it to be that intense yet. But if you've been, you know, going at it for a while and you always feel like, I should have advanced way further than I am right now, but I keep putting it off, this might be the kick in the butt that you need. So, if you're one of those people, and I know there's quite a lot of you, because a few of you have been hanging around in my comment section for quite some time now. I know who you are. I see you. For you guys, I think it might be a good idea to sign up as soon as possible so you feel committed. And if you still end up feeling like, oh no, I won't be able to pull this off, or I'm not confident enough and I don't actually have the money, anything along those lines, you still have a whole month to consider, because you will be able to pull out until December 30th. You won't be charged, you won't be committed to anything, they will not write you an email telling you, oh please come back, nothing like that. The only thing you will lose is your 50 cents entry fee, because remember, use the coupon code, use the voucher code that I give you. Don't be stupid and end up paying €5, okay? You will only lose those 50 cents. And I know we say, wer den Groschen nicht ehrt, ist des Talers nicht wert. And of course, that old saying is right, but still I think the risk is pretty low. And I'm not gonna say that this is some sort of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity or anything, because that just sounds cheesy. But I would say it's pretty rare for something like this to, first of all, come around, and second of all, for us to hear about it, because let's face it, the internet is vast. You don't hear about even a fraction of what happens on there. So, consider it. And if you feel like you could do this, just do it. Do it! All I'm gonna say from personal experience is that a little bit of pressure goes a long way in learning a language. I've linked the marathon in the description. I've also put the voucher code there. Also, if you have any questions left, anything you would like to be clearer on, anything I didn't touch on that you can think of, let me know in the comments. I will answer it or get an answer from Lingoda. And now, just really quickly, if you in fact haven't heard about Lingoda yet, and after this would like to know who the hell they are, they're, like I mentioned, a language school based out of Berlin, and they teach German, English, French, and Spanish using Skype classes to, as best as possible, emulate a real classroom situation. That's the reason why I'm promoting them now and have promoted them in the past, because I think this system of doing online classes works very well. And also, what's nice about them is that they teach according to CFR standards. So if that's important for your job or some other application, you can actually get certificates from them after you reach the next level. You might not know what CFR is. You've probably heard of the whole A1, A2, B1, B2 stuff. That's what CFR is. So that should give you everything you need to know. Like I said, if you feel like something's missing, ask me in the comments, and I will refer back to this video in upcoming content videos on DFE, just so we have all of the information concentrated in this dedicated video. And for those of you who do end up taking on this challenge, let me know how it went if you remember to tell me at the end of March. I'll try to remember to remind you, because I would be really interested in how this goes. And now, finally, to address my little sketch in the beginning, some of you may have been confused by it. Hopefully you at least got a laugh out of it. I just want to quickly address the confusion that's been going on about me having ads on my videos. Most of you have been very understanding, haven't even mentioned it, but some of you who don't get it, I'm not doing ads because I'm suddenly super greedy or anything. That's never been the point. That isn't the point of the channel. Honestly, if it was, I wouldn't be doing education because there really isn't much money in this. But the point is that I do invest a lot of time into this, and making ads pays me money. Of course, that is an aspect of it that has become more and more important due to the so-called adpocalypse, which basically just means that YouTube doesn't pay very much to almost nothing anymore. So that's, of course, a point. But the much more important point that I've been going for with putting advertisements on my channel from the very beginning is that I only promote stuff that I actually think will be useful to you. Of course, that doesn't mean that everything I promote will be useful to 100% of you. Very, very unlikely that's ever going to be the case, because language is very, everybody will find something different to work well for them. So I kind of get the feeling of annoyance at ads and free content, but if you can, reconsider because I really think that's an unfair attitude. And with that, that's all I can say. I think you got plenty of information in this, and I will see you in my next DFE video, which will be an episode of Storytime. So see you then. Bis dann. Tschüss.